we'll see how everything goes so far. We're going to go ahead and continue on here into round 4. It is a snake model draft, so we do flip sides. So therefore, SmackDown is going to go first. So you technically get back-to-back picks. So with the first pick of round 4, number 31 overall, where is the blue brand heading?
I find it very ironic that you said it's a snake. Because, you know,
segue!
We went ahead and took the Viper, Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah.
Coming back. Yeah, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, very awkward. Hold on. There you go. There we go. Period. Talk to me.
Woo! Sexy render. My bad, Lord.
I ain't gonna do the random stare at him.
You know, and I think if you have a healthy Randy Orton, there's no way he falls this low on the draft. Not a chance.
Sorry. No offense to anyone who's watching.
No offense either.
There's absolutely no way he falls into the 4th round if he is healthy. But taking the injury he's taken, he's been out closing in on a year now.
Wow.
You know, and there's still a lot of speculation that he's still a good ways away. So this is kind of a chance pick because you don't know whether you're going to be able to use Randy long term or not. But you can't argue the pedigree he comes with, and with a later round pick worth the fly.
Absolutely.
So
I don't regret it.
Yeah, and the reality is, I mean, you've seen what he's done. You know, obviously, he's world championship caliber. He doesn't win, 14, 15 world titles for nothing. But at the same time, you saw the fun he was able to bring with folks like Riddle.
Riddle, yes.
Holding the Raw tag team titles for a while.
It took everything in me not to go, let him know, bro.
Let him know, bro.
It took everything in me. It took everything.
So for this pick, Alyssa, I'm going to give it to you. Again, like Steven said, I'm piggybacking. If he's healthy, he'd have gone a little bit higher. But you understood, and I think, here's the thing.
If you get him back even for half a year, this was a steal pick.
Here's the thing, and I cannot dote on how much you come in and you've done your research and you've done your history through Wikipedia and every form of social media. You've asked me and Steve questions, and the fact is you did the research. You looked up his lineage. You looked up who he is, what he's done.
Elena, thank you for the follow.
You looked up everything you needed to look up to say, hey, I know if this man was healthy, he gonna be another dominant force you cannot mess with. And again, you're talking about a veteran. You're talking about someone who's been there, done that from day one, who has now come up, has made everyone look good that's in his presence, worked with anyone and everyone, has done what needed to get done for him to put people over, for him to go over. And let's not forget, he is the RKO, of WWE. That's how I'd like to view it. He can RK out of you out of nowhere. I just know I'm not jumping for the skies. I'm not coming from the heavens. I'm not coming from nothing. You ain't gonna
coming from out of nowhere.
You ain't gonna catch me.
Better yet, I'm laying on the ground. What you mean? Because you can't get me from down there. Thank you and good night.
You ain't
these two ladies are nothing if not dramatic. You'll learn that if you continue to keep checking out our shows. There they go.
Dramatic?
Nonsense. Pick 2 of round 4. Let's move to Monday Night Raw. Your first pick in the 4th round.
Okay, so for me, my first pick, I know this is a part-timer. I'm okay with it because this part-timer comes in, does what he needs to do, gets on his merry little way, takes on anybody he needs to. He decimates people. He actually is... It hurt my feelings a little bit that he did what he did to my baby, Cody. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Look at that mean mugging face. Why not? If you ain't...
I said it, not the kids said.
Y'all see how they doing me? Y'all see how they doing me? And my people, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Boom, boom.
And again, and I like this pick. I think most people would have taken him in the draft a little sooner than this. But again, you hit the nail on the head. Part-timer. Now, when he shows up, rear ends are in seats. Eyes are on TV.
The money is
your premium live events are selling out. So the reality is, with the extreme high paycheck he demands, he also brings eyes and ears and backsides to seats. So I think honestly very similar to Orton. I think this is a very sneaky and very steal pick late in the draft, in the back half of the draft.
My thing is, I've had to go back and I've watched everything that he's done from the start of his career up till now, from the start of when he was a teenager up till now. And the fact is, yeah, he's a part-timer, that's great and all, but again, he makes people want to watch. I have a quick question, and I feel like Steven and Alyssa kind of gave away their pick. Which is your favorite Brock Lesnar?
Cowboy.
I'm going to have to say Boombox.
Oh, Boombox Brock was awesome.
But Cowboy Brock? Yes. Cabbage Patch for me, Brock with the braid.
I was about to say the plait. The plait. The plait.
I'm just saying.
Works for you.
Mm-hmm, it does.
A man of multiple styles and personalities, but he does it well.
It's like no matter what, he's gonna come out there.
He's gonna be entertaining.
And the reality is, I mean, you put him up against just about anybody in the company, and he's going to put on a good match. It's not going to be a long match, but it's going to be one that's going to, have eyes on you. When Brock Lesnar shows up, people pay attention.
You know what I like? You know what I like about Brock outside of the whole come in, show up, do what you got to do, take out who you need to take out? I'm liking the fact that he's speaking for himself. I know Paul going to Roman, Paul siding with Roman to help Roman a little bit, but Roman don't need no help or a mouthpiece. At this point, it's the wise man. Brock is starting to do more speaking. You're getting to hear from him and what he's about. He's becoming relatable and likable, and I love it. I am here for it.
Love it. So we move to overall pick number 33 of our draft. It's the third pick of the fourth round. Back to SmackDown. Alyssa, where are we heading?
We heading to controversy. That's where we're headed.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Hold on 1 second.
Prep yourself accordingly. For me, this man worked my nerves. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Worked your nerves.
We're not even gonna hide it.
Von Wagner. No.
I said works my nerves, not triggers. Okay.
There's two separate.
That's two separate things.
Girl.
No, and this one, I feel like I needed a good, entertaining, I don't want to say annoying, but annoying person. So we went ahead and called up Grayson Waller from NXT.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, child, you get on my nerves. Nasty, too. Be drinking out, too.
So SmackDown with their third and final NXT call-up here at number 33, taking the Grayson Waller effect to the blue brand.
I feel like if I couldn't have Theory, I had to have, somebody else obnoxious.
Well, also Raw got The Miz, so you got to have somebody to entertain the masses.
Yeah.
And I like the pick here. I don't think there's much debate that Grayson has every bit of the charisma needed to be not just an NXT success, but also, a main roster success as well. Did come up short last night and also looked like he got hurt. So hopefully he's okay. I'm hoping that's just a...
Was it storyline or was it that real...
He got out of that ring pretty quick. So I'm hoping, he's all right.
They ended that thing, he was gone.
But we'll see if he ultimately, that's his third title match in 3 months.
Yeah.
So you wonder, if, he's possibly in the books to maybe get a couple of weeks off and then maybe he's getting drafted this week. But a good pick here. Like I said, your final NXT call-up. You joins, let's see, it was Braun Breaker and Roxanne Perez also on your brand as well. Again, social media side, you ain't got to worry about a thing.
You really don't. This man promotes himself. He is his own hype man.
And I'm okay with that. I want to be able to sit on my desk and be like...
Him and The Miz hyped himself up. They don't need a best friend.
He is his best friend. Him and that shoe.
Him and that shoe, boy, they go together.
Kia got a nice live shot of that shoe. I'm going to see if I can add that in when I'm doing the edits on this of him just,
Send him a lot of stuff, girl.
drinking out of the shoe. But a good pick there at 33 and a lot of cheering emojis and little confetti on this one. I think he's very popular on this, certainly on this app for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say.
TikTok, Instagram, that's going to be where...
And Twitter. Let's not
Twitter
forget
is going to be, that's where Grayson Waller lives.
All right.
So we move back to Monday Night Raw at number 34, the fourth pick of the fourth round. Oh, a lot of fours in there. So is it lucky? Who's you got?
So for me, I have done in another NXT call-up, I have done a woman this time. So
this will be your last one as well.
It really will. I'm going to give you all that little bit of, I'll wait to figure out who I picked. All right. now that all the waiting is done, I have picked Roxanne's former best friend, enemy, frenemy, the evil bad girl. I feel like she's kind of like Regina, from Mean Girls or whatever.
Oh, good grief.
I said what I said. I am picking Cora Jade. Why not?
I think they'll do good going against each other.
Head to head,
Yeah.
yes. Look at this. What? Yes. Now,
Well, she put on a very impressive match on main event last week, and it had a lot of people that are making these decisions for Raw and SmackDown talking, and there's been a lot of rumor going back around that Cora Jade may have just put herself on the list of folks to consider to get called up to the main roster early, despite not having a singles championship, only the 2-week title run with Roxanne before she turned heel. But the fact is, she's fantastic. I think we've said before that if AJ Lee and Paige ever had a love child,
my mouth. Thank you very much.
it would be Cora Jade.
It really would. Her look, the way she presents herself, her stage presence, her ring awareness, everything about her reminds me of AJ Lee and Paige. Why not? Also, she has a lot going on for her right now. I mean, she had a lot going on before she left and came back. That's neither here nor there. But she came back and she got the attention of, what's her name? I can't think of it. I'm drawing a blank. Valkyrie? Lyra. Yeah, she got a lot of attention outside of everything that she's done to Roxanne, a lot of talking smack about the NXT women's roster and so forth and so on. I feel like
She basically burned every bridge
She
to the
really
women's
did.
division. She's
She
like, I'm
did.
out for myself and I don't care. Bring them all on.
but you know what?
Send them all.
You know what? She's out for herself. She's going to do what she has to do. She's going to steamroll you. She's going to run you into the ground like she did Roxanne. May she, poor Roxanne, I'm so sorry.
And going to look magnificent while she does
She
it.
really does. And hey, why not, again, Cora Jade? I would love to be able to wear this in public, but that will not happen.
You did the fishnets once,
One time for Becky Lynch cosplay.
and it was
Look at Instagram.
marvelous. We'll throw a picture on there as well.
So yeah, I'm pulling for her. I picked her. She's going to do great things. Yes, ma'am.
Moving to the 5th pick of round 4, back to SmackDown. Alyssa?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, we're returning back to my original narrative. Dominant champions, history makers,
Game changer.
that type of thing. Yeah, absolutely.
You're welcome.
Sheamus.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I wrote that nice.
Baby!
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To me, an absolute steal here at 35. That Sheamus, as well as any members of the Brawling Brutes, lasted as long as they did. But Sheamus, a complete steal here, a multiple-time world champion. He's held everything other than the Intercontinental title. Basically, other than that, if it exists, he's won it at some point. King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, every world championship. He's one of the few people I think that hasn't had a shot at Roman yet. So, I don't recall him being part of that list. You still got an open storyline with Roman staying on SmackDown in our mock draft. So I think this is another, like Orton and Lesnar earlier, this is an absolute steal that he's hung around this long. You get him for cheap.
Least expensive. Don't take cheap. He's not a cheap
Good
person.
grief.
You're not cheap.
I like the fact that you took this pick. It shocked me. It surprised me. But again, you like to strategize. You're good at it. And hey, Sheamus can work well with anybody, against anyone, and make them look good, make himself look good. And you have someone that if you need someone to fight, he's like, for me, I feel like he's like JD McDonough. He will not take that night off. I don't care what you try to do to push him out the door. That man will get in the ring and fight, and will call a fight to him. Why? Because he's Irish and they like to fight.
That's it.
I was about to say, I remember watching him at WrestleMania, and I just logged that in my mind for when we came around to this. I was like, oh yeah, I'm taking all 3 of them. Watch me And I sure did. I have Gunther, I have Drew, and I have Sheamus. Thank you
You
very
ended
much.
up with all three of them on
Thank
SmackDown
you.
over the
Thank
course
you.
of time.
Exactly.
Back to Raw with the sixth pick of the fourth round.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. So this person has come back. He's been back for like a week or two, and we spoke of Randy. So who was his original bro? We gonna say Matt Riddle, bro.
And now it's appropriate to say it, Alyssa.
Let them know, bro.
Let them know, bro.
I was like, what am I supposed to be saying right now? Did y'all just see my brain right?
He's come back, and he literally got thrown into a storyline with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Owens fight, and I like to call him Neckbeard, obviously for obvious reasons, but it's neither here nor there. He was an Oos, but no more.
He ain't a Oos no more.
But he's come back. He's recovered well. He served his time. He's back, and he's ready to fight. He literally is in it to win it. And I know he's all talk, but he's all fight too. And I'm not gonna put it against him. I'm not gonna hold it against him.
I'm about to say, I like his rivalries. He's done really well in
He
his
really-
rivalries. Him and Seth Rollins,
Right?
With his little
Ooh,
banter,
ooh,
their little
ooh.
tick-tack.
Ooh. And if y'all don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch Raw where him and Seth were doing interviews, and you thought the cameras were off. It
We
wasn't.
thought wrong. They were loud and wrong. What you mean?
Not only that, teaming up with Sammy and Kevin to go against the Usos and Solo, they needed that third person, and
They
who
sure
better?
did.
Who better than RKO Bro here?
I'm not sure it's made much of a difference. He's faced Solo 3 times, and he's gotten his ass handed to him 3 times
That's
by
neither here nor
Solo.
there. See, we wasn't gonna even bring that up.
Well, there's a reason. I'm just saying. There's a reason Riddle's going 36 and Solo went number 1.
Yeah.
We the one.
And of course, he doesn't
he
get to
did
get
too.
away from that story yet because the Bloodline's staying on Monday night, moving to Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
So he's not done with Solo quite yet, and the Usos.
Or baby.
And guess what? He don't have Sammy or Kevin to help him, so he gonna have to do it on his own. He
We're
got
gonna mind
this.
his business.
He got this.
Figure it
And
out.
of course, if Randy
And Orton's over on SmackDown too.
Right, so he gonna be fighting.
This is a crap end of the stick on this one.
But I mean, he's faced a lot of crap into the thing, and he's made it work.
7th pick of round 4. We move back to SmackDown. Where are we heading now?
We are going back to my women's division.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
need to add some more people in there. And who better to bring over than Alexa Bliss?
Oh wow, she is one person with multiple personalities, baby.
This is like a 5-for-1 pick here.
You never know who you're gonna get.
She looks nice right here. Don't let this look fool you because baby, she can be whoever she needs to be to win that match.
Been pushing Bianca to her limit.
Right.
Please don't play. Come on now.
Didn't she turn on Austin too in the process?
She turned on everybody.
She really did. She's out for herself.
She does not play well with others.
Her best friend is Lily. Let's not forget
Exactly.
Lily.
She's a
Shout
doll.
out.
But and a nice sneaky pick here because Alexa hasn't really had much to do with the lone exception of her 1-month storyline with Bianca just before Royal Rumble. You haven't seen much of Alexa, so she definitely fell further in this draft than I think she would have had she been here on a regular basis. Very similar to Orton. I mean, 6-time world champion, a multiple-time tag team champion. You can essentially put her in any storyline. Also, the only woman on the division, you want to give her credit for something. The only woman on the division, past or present, with a pinfall victory over Randy Orton. Yes, it's on the books.
I forgot about.
She has a pinfall victory over Randy Orton.
There you go.
How many women in the history of this company can say that?
One.
Little 5 feet of fury there, but do not get on her bad side. But I will say she was one of the sweetest people we got to meet.
Oh,
a
yeah,
virtual
she
meet and greet. She was an absolute sweetheart.
I worked for it.
So she's again, I think this is, we're seeing this a lot in these later rounds, some steal picks here, for folks that you're willing to take the chance on the folks that maybe haven't had, maybe they've been injured or the storylines haven't really been there. But, you know what they can bring to the table. And the fact is, again, you don't win multiple world championships and not be good at what you do. And Alexa still has plenty left in the tank and plenty left in the, in her noodle, I suppose, to see what she can be able to bring. So, and like was jokingly said, you get 5 for 1 on this one. So, which Alexa's gonna show up?
If you decide to come for anybody, do not come for me and Alyssa. You got this. We didn't say nothing bad about you. Come for Steve.
We'll leave that there. Pick 8, going back to Monday Night Raw. Who you where you heading? I gotta get my head back at the game. Thank you so much for that.
I missed it, didn't I? I looked down for a second.
Good gracious.
All right, back to it.
Monday Night Raw, pick 8 of the 4th round.
So none other than going back to my women's division, going back to someone who's tough mentally, physically, verbally, and emotionally. She is one of our followers, so yes, I'm proud to say that. And we did a meet and greet with this person. I'm going for Shotzi Blackheart. Yes, ma'am. Her and her tank. Look at her. Bad energy. Yes, ma'am.
Who's got a tank?
Like,
she has a tank.
A tank.
That'd have been the only way that her entrance at WrestleMania with Natalya could have gotten any better. Would have been if somehow her and Natty could have come out of a giant tank. No, I guess they couldn't afford the tank. But, Shotzi is one of our followers on Instagram, so, she is always a joy. She does drop into our Top Rope spoilers from time to time, likes to throw her 2 cents in.
I love it.
Definitely one of the more interactive people on social media that you'll see. And you're taking a flyer here on someone that really hasn't had really just that one opportunity to go after Ronda Rousey a couple of years ago for the SmackDown Women's title, but really hasn't been able to break through that ceiling of mid-card quite yet. But you've got a great women's division on Monday Night Raw that you've assembled here, and a great chance for her to build up her talents and work her way up.
I feel like if you give her enough time and you work with her and she does what she needs to do, separating her from Natalya, no offense to the Queen of Hearts, come from the dungeon. I'm just saying, I feel like Shotzi, you put her by herself, she could stand alone against anyone. She went up against Ronda. She's been up against Shayna. She's been up against literally everybody. At some point, I feel like Natalya will turn on her, and it's going to make her that much stronger. She has her tank. She has her helmet. She has her looks. She's good. And she's good in the ring. Why not? Why not?
It's a great flyer pick here. I really do like this one in your women's division. Because at this point, the most of the big names have been taken by this stage. That you would expect to be gone by this point. So now you're kind of filling in your gaps, but also looking at your future. Who could be your future world champions? Who could you pair up and put as part of a tag team? Interesting also to note that you took Shotzi solo here instead of going with Shotzi and Natalya together. Your reasons being what they are, but you're taking Shotzi as a singles competitor versus using a tag team pick here.
Yeah,
It is what it is. So we move on. 2 picks left here in round 4. Then we're going to take a short break here because we've been sitting for a little bit. SmackDown, your last pick of round 4 at 39. Who you got?
All right. I went ahead and kept it in the women's division.
Theme.
Pulling this out very nice. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take Nikki Cross.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is another one similar to Shotzi. Definitely a flyer pick here. She is a one-time women's champion and a multiple-time tag team champion. Granted, she was almost a superhero when she became the champion, but now is really tapped back into those sanity roots again. You're curious to see if you take her here with one of your later picks to fill in, and you see who's in your women's division. Nikki Cross, I think, is a good pick here.
Yeah. I like the change. Like we went from the little almost a superhero phase, did great work as a women's champion for the little short time.
I think it was 2 weeks. It was good. It was good enough to get a plate exchange episode with her as the main person. So
exactly, and I'm excited to see what they do with her going forward. Like you've turned her heel now. I think she'd be great to go with some Alexa Bliss and some. Well,
they've been tag champs together before, so certainly and you could play them as nice or you could play them as nutty.
Exactly.
They could play either role.
And to be honest, I feel like that'd be a great storyline for them to rejoin forces when they need to. And I feel like Alexa and I feel like Nikki Cross has good chemistry. I'm not gonna even lie. I like this pick. I
And
really do.
I'm all for my stats and trivia here. Here's your Fallen trivia for this round. Nikki Cross officially enters the record books as the final 24/7 champion, as she was the one who beat Dana Brooke to win it, and then tossed it in the trash can, and we have not seen it since.
That was kind of like, I feel like that was a Lunger Blaze kind of feel to it. Oh, and what is it? What, Cora Jade too? Yeah.
It all came very well. It all came nice and full circle around.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's another one that you can add to your if you need to stump someone in a bar. Ask who the final 24/7 champion was. You say you said you're a true fan. You should know this answer. That moves us to the last pick of the fourth round, back to Monday Night Raw. Our final pick of round 4, number 40 overall. She's way hyped about this pick. I'm pretty sure Mojo Rawley doesn't work for us anymore.
That's not it.
Last pick, who you got?
So for me, my pick for round 5, pick 10, round 4, my bad. Round 4, pick 5. I'm bad at math. Let's go ahead and negate that. I'm excited to pick none other than Johnny Wrestling!
I was about to say, who is she gonna pick? Because she's so hyped right now. Hey. You need to speak on that booty whooping he put on what's it called? On Grayson.
Grayson Waller just keeps being on the wrong end of those ass whoopings.
No. Grayson put his foot in the wrong place at the wrong. He put himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Outside of this man's house with his. I feel like Grayson Waller, wrong place, wrong time, wrong house against Johnny Wrestling. Again, what do I always say? You never, ever mess with a man's domain, wife, family, or money. And that's exactly what Grayson did. He got his behind whooped like Dom did by Ray.
I love it.
I'm here for it.
A fantastic pick. I mean, he's the first Triple Crown winner in NXT. He's destined to eventually hold gold here in the main roster. And really, where do you need him? Because he's got the charisma to be in that world title picture.
Yes,
you're also going to be able to give him that underdog story, but also he's proven that him and Candice together can play a heel role as well.
As a face role.
Heel or face, either one, because they were the bad guys for a little while against Ciampa for a little while. And again, his ability to be able to, as they say, bet on yourself, and he is the living epitome of that here in WWE. As I'll wager myself, he took some time away, figured out what he wanted to do, ultimately chose to come back, and has made the most of his chances.
I love it. Honestly, also, we forgot to say that we could put him in a tag. We could put him tag team, and I feel like you need him to do it, he will do it. Anywhere, anytime, any place with anyone. Yeah. Johnny Gargano, The Way, Ciampa, DIY, excuse me if you don't know. And the fact that he went head to head not only with part of it, like The Way, like Austin Theory, that was a good one-on-one for that. But hey.
So that does conclude round 4 for us. We've gotten through 4, only one round to go. A couple of, we said some flyers and maybe some folks that, we thought maybe would come off the board by now had they either been full-time or injured. You see Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar falling all the way to round 4. A couple of NXT call-ups. The last ones of our draft, and Cora Jade and Grayson Waller finding their way onto respective rosters. And then you bolster your women's division on SmackDown with the former tag team champions in Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Mm-hmm. Shotzi joining the Raw roster. And then, of course, Mr. Bet on Yourself, Johnny Gargano, also joining up on the red brand as well. Yes. So that sums up. We'll go and give you a quick rundown here. As we said, the first couple of rounds, you see a lot of the big names, the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker getting called up, and Cody Rhodes also finding his way onto Raw. The women's champions flip in Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair switching sides, but the Judgment Day and the Street Profits do stay with their respective ladies on terms of their brands. The Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio going to Raw, Drew McIntyre and Asuka heading over to SmackDown. The Undisputed Tag Champs also heading to the blue brand as well with their pick here at 18. And then in rounds 3 and 4, we saw earlier the mid-card champions staying where they're at. Theory staying on Monday Night Raw with the U.S. Championship. Gunther staying with Imperium on the blue brand. Call-ups with Wes Lee and Roxanne Perez coming up to Raw and SmackDown respectively.
Yeah.
And then you end up with Miz and Maurice coming as a combo pick to Raw. Damage Control moving over to SmackDown. And the almighty Bobby Lashley staying on SmackDown as well. And then, of course, we just went over the picks here for round 4. So with that being the end of it, we are going to take one more quick break here. Let the ladies go stretch their legs here real quick. We've got one round to go. For everyone that's jumped in, followed, liked everything, we appreciate it. This first one has been a blast so far, and we've still got one more round to go. So we're going to see you back here in about 10 minutes. So we will see you here in a bit.
Bye.
See ya.